It's who are you?
Why are you having other people do it?
Because I don't want to talk about myself.
Well, I don't. I'm not doing this.
Please, you're on. And go.
No, let me see what everybody else said.
Technology forefront of video production and computer services here. Since we're doing this over Skype, so hopefully all of this will come out okay.
Every time we walk by the reflecting ponds with the big boulders out there, everybody talks about Scott's last day at the clinic where he wanted to run naked across them. So I will never, ever share that. Yeah. So when you think about Scott Jameson, what's one of the first things that pops into your mind that makes you think about Scott? Besides beer.
Scott's sitting here till 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock cleaning up after us. So now there's nobody to make us look good anymore, so people are yelling at us now that he's gone. Plus saying we don't provide the same level of service that Scott used to provide.
That's true. We got an email.
I'm not sure who I should talk about first, the social Scott or the work Scott, because I know Scott on two levels. The social Scott is a really laid-back, kind of easygoing kind of guy, but I've been fortunate enough to work with the work Scott, who is very driven and goal-oriented, a completely different kind of person that I would not have expected knowing Scott socially. And I have to say that at first I was jealous of Scott. I was really envious of his technical skills and the way he could transfer programs from one venue to another and Lakewood and Metro installing some systems, and then he was on call literally 24/7 and got very little sleep, and the minute anything went wrong it was call Scott, call Scott, call Scott, and that completely cured me of my my envy.
And for you, you were the director. I remember getting sick 3 weeks after I was hired and thinking I was going to lose my job because I was out of work for 3 months. And you held my position for me for 3 months. You made sure that I did not lose my job.
Just, very knowledgeable, but Scott was always kind of my go-to guy. Just anything that I didn't know that required assistance, Scott was always very willing to help me out, so appreciate that. And so just a good guy to be around, so we really appreciate it.
Say that Scott is holding off on beers here, the project team. We've tried to, for a very long time, get him to actually participate, and he would not. Very, very antisocial. Very good worker, but terrible with the beers.
When I was in about 7th grade, I was down in the basement listening to music. I think I've told you this story before. And I fell asleep. And you came in, while I was napping on the chair, and I guess my mouth was open, and you started pouring beer down my throat.
Story. I think it was around Go Live time, so we were really, really busy, and we're working really long hours, probably at least 12-hour days. And I remember going in one of the Go Live days, and I looked down, and you were wearing one black shoe and then one brown shoe. And I think you told me the story later, but I didn't have the heart to tell you at the time. And I hoped that you just would go the whole day without realizing it.
Scott Jameson is normally correct on his assessment of workflow and overall process, but today, the one thing about Scott Jameson, he's a lot more spry than his appearance on the show.
That we've ever worked for. With.
As your son, I think you're a very generous, hardworking person, someone I can look up to. Basically, you're the epitome of leading by example.
Great guy to work with. He knows his stuff as far as Epic goes, and wouldn't mind having him back.